Hey, welcome everyone. Bro, give me a sound check. Oh no. What's going on? Hold on, California. Give me a sec here. Wait, I gotta change it again. Go, go, go. Oh, it was working fine. You were just muted. My bad. Try that again.
Yeah, you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you. All right. Welcome to the QuadR podcast. This is episode 24. This is the NCAA Championships recap and RAF. I know we're on top of it. Remember, this is your 18th NCAA recap. We appreciate you guys joining in. We're going to give you our opinion, but Roy, go ahead and give us an open here.
Okay. Oh, dang, I'm not ready.
Dang it, this guy.
I know. And I was on it at NCAA. Okay. Welcome back to the QuadR podcast, where the takedowns are questionable, but the opinions are perfect. I am Roy, alongside with my brother Ralph. We aim to keep our finger on the pulse of you, the wrestling community. No sponsors, no ads, no corporate overlords. Just two guys talking college wrestling the way it should be, informed, unfiltered, and completely free.
Yes. Sponsorship inquiries accepted.
Sure.
Your ad here. Jim says we're all good to go. Everything's sounding nice. So that's very good. I'm in Spokane this week, Denver next week, Salt Lake week after that. I forgot to upgrade the internet. But we'll see how it all shakes out. But so far, YouTube says we're rocking. We're good to go, right? Yes. Excellent. All right. Perfect. All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump right. Are you ready to jump in?
I'm ready.
Yeah. How's California? Sunny?
Oh, it's hot. It's unbelievable.
Oh, really?
I went from Cleveland, where it was cold, to boiling hot.
Oh, so today was 50s. I'm in a t-shirt. Everyone's looking at me like I'm crazy, but yesterday was miserable. Rain, rain, rain. Ugh. All right. Our problems for this week. We'll start at 125 with the quote of the week. We got a little gem coming at you from championship coach. Talk about RAF 7. Taking a little bit of a beating as a card, but I think it's actually pretty solid. You got 4 championship matches, but we'll break that down. Do the NCAA scoring, just kind of recap things. NCAA highlights. So what we thought were the moments that really stuck with us. Michigan and Cali and Penn beat. Contest recap. And then finally, the best of social, everybody's favorite segment. So let's just jump right in. All right. So the quote of the week, this is from Cale Sanderson. This was at the press conference after scoring record, right? After breaking the scoring record, after having some ways the most successful season ever for the program. But we're a blessed program. We follow the rules. There's not a lot of that going on right now. And that's one of the reasons we can sleep when the wind blows, Cale Sanderson. So there's a lot to unpack here, right? Deciding to talk about other programs when your program just broke the all-time scoring record and you walked out of there with
Right.
how many champions? 5? 4? 4. 4 champions. Kind of weird, right? So, and then the other thing is I have no idea what the wind has to do with sleeping. And
Sure.
is that like sleeping with one eye open because you're a criminal waiting to be arrested, or what does, all right, I'll let you take your shot at it while I think about
it. Yeah. I mean, I think part of what he's saying is that the only thing that really matters is living with yourself, the trophies and the wins. And in his opinion, they are able to sleep peacefully at night because they're doing things the right way. He left it up to us to speculate which programs he's talking about. He could be talking about poaching Jack Forrest out of high school. He could be talking about anything that we don't even know about.
Right.
It's hard to know. But all that really matters is, can you live with yourself? And
Yeah.
I actually kind of support that message.
No, I mean, the message in itself, right, there could be guys calling his backups right now, right? During the tournament, the backups are like, Desmond's like, hey, coach, man, Ryan keeps banging my phone. What are we going to do about this? Yeah. So Jim says, So Jim says that Ben and Okie State were saying coaches were trying to poach their backups, and it's not even like, I think poaching is just too strong a word. I mean, did Vega get poached from Cornell? Did Messenbrink get poached from Cal Baptist? This is just part of the landscape. Does Kale stop making phone calls to the number one recruit in the country when he commits? No. I mean, it is just part of the landscape. But, I don't know why that's a pretty forceful, maybe, attack. There's not a lot of that going on right now. Like, they're doing things differently. But I get it, I guess. Good for Kale. I thought he should have probably left out the part about everyone else is cheating while we're winning everything by the world record margins. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's like when U.S. Postal was winning everything in cycling and all the other teams were getting busted for doping. Like, the idea that they weren't doping, but yet winning everything against everyone else who was doping doesn't make much sense. So whatever their formula is, it's working well for them. Good for them. And congratulations to the Penn State Nittany Lions on another exceptional season. And I hope Kale can not worry too much about what others are doing. Just manage his cookie business and hit the recruiting trail, do all that stuff.
So. It sounds like he inspired a resentment in you.
You know what? The only thing I resent about this is I don't understand what's sleeping in the wind, the relationship there. And I don't like accusations without facts.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's all I didn't like. Just everything he said.
Just everything, yeah.
Fair enough. All right. So let's talk a little RAF 7 here. People are really killing this card because of the headliners. We get Aaron Chesrukian and Georgiopoulos too, which was the fight. Now, obviously, new promotions, you want to try different things, right? Test the waters, that type of thing, right? And so, like, hey, we had a fight. Strike while the iron's hot. Is this good? And only doing it will tell whether, like, that's what your fan base really wants, but that's what your fan base doesn't, right? So this is they think there's interest there. If you're on wrestling Twitter, there's no interest there. But wrestling Twitter is not the same thing as the RAF fan base. So, and then Dylan Dennis and Colby Covington. And I personally don't have a lot of interest in either of these bouts.
Right.
But this is the RAF model, right? That they're doing a little bit of stunt action. They're doing a little bit of these. And then they're doing real wrestling matches. I mean, people are just complaining about the card. You think about, like, any professional event or even like an NCAA dual meet. How many competitive matches are there in the average dual meet?
Well, it depends on the duel, but usually a couple.
Right. Or maybe, I mean, even if it's like, let's say it's Illinois Purdue, you're going to get maybe 5 matches that are, competitive. I don't know. But anyway, like, I think they hit pretty well. Super interested.
Well, they're good at, like, making matches where you don't know if it's going to be a tech fall one way or the other. Like, sometimes with the established wrestlers, you kind of know in, like, how it's going to go, or maybe the guy surprises you, but he doesn't, like, tack the guy.
Right. Yeah. I mean, right. I mean, when RAF is on, like, Wrestle Madness, it's like you usually get like half of them right. So there's definitely, whether they're interesting to you, they're not predictable in many cases. Like, for example, Kekais and Dake.
Yep.
Right? We had Kekais in Valencia, Kekais in Tectum, right?
Yep.
I think so.
I thought it was 8 point.
Maybe.
Anyway, it'd be
dang near.
I forget. Yeah.
So obviously, I'm super excited for that. Who do you have in that?
Oof, I'm gonna go with Dake.
All right, give me Keck. As Snyder.
Ooh, that's a good match.
Yeah,
Snyder was
Golden.
holding out like a real match. I think Raf has wanted him for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
So Olympic
so
champions, first Olympic champion, right? Winner gets Sedgelayev. So there's yeah,
that's already set.
pretty sure that's what I read.
Nice.
So well, wait. Winner might get TV, the guy who beat Buchanan, or Sedgelayev.
Okay,
It's either like a for number one contender or for a title shot.
got it.
I'm not super excited about Kenny Blades beating up on a Russian MMA fighter. I think like they really got to do a more interesting job of coming up with things for Kennedy to do other than, beat people up who are too
Well,
small or don't know how to wrestle. Hendrickson Hilger.
yeah. So, what weight did Trent win worlds at again? 92 or 97?
No. You're thinking no. Trent Hilger's he's the heavyweight from Wisconsin. Trains up in
I was
Minnesota
thinking
now.
Ridley
They
for a
they
second.
wrestled in Final
Oh,
X.
Hilger. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
Hilger.
So they had a big, super high scoring match in Final X in the first,
Yeah.
and then Hendrickson killed him in the second one.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's an interesting matchup. I think Hendrickson will win again.
Right. But you got Aiden Sinclair versus a team Sedgelayev trained Russian. You got
Okay.
Saklazanov, Nolf, Downey Hidley. Like Downey's like almost like the RAF punching bag, man. Like they gave him like one like MMA guy, and everyone else been like world champion killer, So and
Right.
like and then Bo wouldn't wrestle him. So and then BB Johnny DeJulius, whatever. That's on that Caden Henshaw level of match, not. But I mean, overall, I think it's a pretty decent card.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch. It's Raf has consistently put good cards together with surprises and everything. So
Yeah, and it's a great
yeah.
production, you know.
Right.
Like I'll be interested now. Hopefully they've got the grounding rules figured out. But
Right.
man, I don't know, man. At NCAAs, I was dying for like some RAF,
Cool.
like no replay, no brick action, man. Oh, not that RAF's perfect, but ooh, bricks were bad.
But I mean, the place would have went nuts if they like just changed the score at the end of the match and been like, oh yeah, the other guy won, like with Jordan Hall.
Yeah, right? Could you imagine the Davino Blaze match? And like it's
Yeah.
like a 2-2 going into overtime, and they go over they go over the table, and they come back and they change it to like 8-4. On further review, we have
Yeah.
determined. Yeah, that would be hilarious. Not, but so 4 title fights as I mentioned. So the Dake Heckheisen is for the title. Blades versus Dudiva is for the title. Apologies. Taz Snyder is a title match. Oh, because they vacated Bo's belt.
Right. They vacated Bo's belt.
Oh, yeah. Okay. But Sedgelayev looms. Oh. And
Right.
then Hendrickson has still got the belt.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another title match. So I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm probably gonna go down to Dad's, so I'll watch with him and we'll have some fun. All right. NCAA impressions, Roy. Go
All right.
ahead.
Well, no, we were there
Yes, we
in the
were.
stand by Matt's 7 and 8 for at least the first 2 days until they did the wishbone and then the finals. And yeah, so Stanford is the talk of the town. They had a Cinderella run. They come in 6th place. It's a good time to point out that we are the top Stanford wrestling podcast in the nation.
Definitely.
So that was fun to see. Aiden Valencia won the title, coming from the 10 seed. He was a preseason, like people saying he could win the title, and then he took 7 losses on the year. So that's how he got to a 10 seed. Took 3rd at ACCs, but put it together for NCAAs. I guess I'll say more about that in the Stanford recap slide. My other impression was Iowa back in good graces. So it seemed like the audience, like in NCAA's past, there's Iowa travels well, so there's a lot of
Right.
Iowa fans. I think a lot of not Iowa fans also rooting against Iowa, but they somehow won over the hearts of the audience, I thought, especially with Gabe Arnold.
Yeah, Gabe really helped there.
Yeah, Gabe really helped there. I think a lot of people were rooting for Ryder Block and Drake Ayala and Caliendo, and I feel like the whole team kind of just became this lovable
Yeah, the
thing.
underdogs.
Yeah, yeah, which is weird to say, Iowa being the underdogs. Um, but good for Iowa, and the Brands also got a lot of criticism over the years, over this year in particular, uh, especially after they lost to Iowa State for the first time in a long time. But yeah, Iowa had a great showing, and I think just as important as the results is they really impressed everybody with how they wrestled with like heart and grit.
Yeah, up until the end.
So
Yeah, they did great. Yeah, and that's super great for the sport,
right.
And when there's people
Uh,
winning in those black and gold singlets, it's a good thing for wrestling for sure.
yeah. PSU figured out wrestling. That's just the way I can say it. They find ways to win. They had 6 finalists, 4 champions. They broke the scoring record. I don't think a single PSU wrestler lost to a lower seeded wrestler except for Marcus Blaze lost to the 4 seed Seidel for 4th place,
Right?
and Van Ness lost to Aiden Valencia in the finals. And other than that, oh, and Rocco Welsh lost
Oh
to
yeah.
Max.
Hmm.
So of all the wrestles they had and all the matches and all everything, they didn't lose to anyone seated lower than them except for those 3 exceptions. So they've figured out wrestling. It makes me think of like Iowa back in the 90s when they would like they just had this style where they were going to break you in the third period and take you down, and even if you were
Right?
winning in the period, you're just waiting for that. And Penn State, it's not the same style. It's evolved. It's just like we're going to get that one takedown.
Right.
They're never going to take us down, and
Or that one
uh,
stall call.
or that one stall call, as the
Like,
case may be.
so I agree. Like, figured out wrestling is a good way to put it because I always think like people are always in search of the master rule set, the greatest. And like to me, there is no such thing. I mean, because rules should be evolving and they should always be changing because the longer they exist, they will get figured out and people will be able to game to them and like use those rules to their advantage and things like that. So BSU definitely does that. Roy, you got a question from Cornell Kevin, you being the Penn
Oh,
insider that you are.
yeah,
As
yeah.
he says, how does Composto keep doing it? 0-4 versus Cornell this year, including 12-2 majors and NCAAs, and still places and Vince does not.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
There's a
Cornella
handful of
is Composto kryptonite.
yeah. Well, I heard somebody. I wish I saved it for best of social, but somebody described Composto as the Cale Sanderson of Blood Round.
That's awesome. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, we'll talk more. But he also asked, and does Cross have some DeSanto in him? Cross had a right to be pissed off when Ski broke his nose for sure. I don't think he didn't walk into that match as angry as he got during that match.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
But
Cross was already pissed from the semifinals.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
He was winning that match, and then he got stuck.
Oh yeah. Ooh, that was bad. All right. So I hate to be negative in my impressions, but the length of challenges was atrocious. I mean, takedowns out of bounds,
Mm,
that should take like 30 seconds. Like I don't whatever the system is,
yeah,
um, it can't be this. And I mean, everybody was bleeding like a stuck pig. Like, that was so
yeah.
annoying. And I get that. I mean, like, that's a thing. But and then the refs calls, I mean, fine. I mean, first day was fine. After that, there's a lot of questionable calls. And, when they go against teams that have big fan bases, they get really highlighted and things like that. But I guess when everybody in the world thinks something was a takedown, except the the person who was assigned with reviewing it, like there needs to be something that kind of figures that
Sure.
out. And I liked Cleveland. Cleveland was fine. I mean, we didn't really explore it all that much, but I mean, it worked as a venue. I thought Philly was great too, and and I think the St. Louis should be really nice too. I like it when they're, you know, relatively short drive. Yeah,
I
I
was
don't
going to
know.
say how much of it was you could drive into.
Are they all on blood thinners, Cornell Kevin? So
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just really weird. I mean, like
The
obviously
thought
AJ had
occurred to me.
something going on with his nose or something in his matches, but I mean, it was like, yeah, lots of matches.
Lots of matches. I thought some people might have been like pre-cut. I shouldn't say it as an accusation, but it just thought crossed my mind because there was just so much blood stoppage,
like
especially like day 3.
like the old professional wrestlers who would hide a little razor blade in their boot, cut their forehead for like, yeah, that's I don't think that happened. But it was weird. I don't remember it being like that. I don't remember. I mean, there's blood time in every, wrestling
Yeah.
tournament that you go to. There's blood time at every duel, but it just seems so, prevalent and also just disruptive to the rhythm, you know.
Yeah. The level of like cleaning they would do
Oh yeah,
and
and they should learn how to clean too. Like, uh,
pretty slow, pretty like it was almost like they didn't know where their stuff was and they'd leave the mat and the ref would be like, "Oh, you missed a spot." And
yeah, and
like
they wouldn't
all the
even
time.
like get down on their hands and knees. They like lean over at their spray bottle, squirt, squirt, squirt.
Sure.
They'd rub, and then the ref would go, "Oh, and over here." The whole time you're like, and the wrestlers are just drinking and getting coached up, and it was, yeah. I don't know if you can really fix the blood thing, but like certainly the challenge length, you could put a fixed time on it, and like if if it gets worse, I'm not against punishing like they do in international. Or if you're
Yeah.
wrong, it's a point in international. And right now, there's just not really any consequence to YOLO bricking it, and sometimes it works. That's the other problem. All right, so final team scores. So my bet came through. Was not feeling very good going into the tournament. I had Penn State, Oklahoma State, Nebraska, and Iowa for trophy teams, and Roy had the field. Made that bet very early on, like before the season started, right?
Mhm.
And then Ohio State won national duels and like looked like a powerhouse. But Tom Brands came through for me. He coached up the boys and got her done. And it wasn't even that close, right? I mean,
Was
10
that?
points, somewhere in there. Stanford took sixth, super impressive. Michigan took seventh. Penn took 21st. So all super strong showings, as Kevin says, and strong.
Uh,
We actually had seats in the Penn section, so I think they were pretty happy with the result.
yeah.
Had a good tournament. Michigan State got 0 points, and CMU won one consolation match for half a point. So I think I had that in a future slide.
Yeah.
My highlights: Vince Robinson was fun to watch. I mean, he got caught in that Jonesy from Spratley, and then like, oh boy, and then you see he's got Vetreska in the wrestlebacks, and like, well, that's never good for Vince. And then he wins that, and so he got his get back on Vetreska, and then he gets his get back on Spratley. So I just thought that was fun to watch. He's only a sophomore, so um,
Yeah.
nice to see Max win the title. Nice to see somebody at 184 score some points in
Talking about
regulation.
Max
McAnally,
Mackin.
yeah. So it was just good to see points in regulation at 184, other than escapes. So Michigan got 5 All-Americans, so that was a great effort on their part. And then the goodbyes. We talk about COVID. When's COVID ever going to end and stuff like that. But little tear in my eye when Brock Hardy was walking backwards and waving to the crowd. Oh, no more Brock Hardy. There's some
Yeah,
guys you want to leave, and some guys you wouldn't mind if they stayed.
yeah,
For sure.
yeah. If I compare this year to Philadelphia, I think that the medal round, the morning of before the finals,
Hmm.
was very well attended. In Philadelphia, it was like only
Yeah.
like half full or something. And this year, it was still a sellout. And a lot of those people who've been around, like Brock Hardy and um, some others, got a really nice send off to a sellout, and so that was really nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
Go ahead.
uh, my highlights. I wrote non-compete finals. So with the exception of Aiden Valencia versus Shane Van Ness, I noticed that there were no like back and forth matches in the finals. Like that's the only of the 10 finals, that's the only final where both wrestlers scored a takedown. Um,
Yeah.
so a lot of it, like Max McAnally got that first takedown, and then that was like the match. And Isaac Trumbull got that takedown, and that was the match. Although Younger almost had a takedown. That was one of those reviews.
Yeah. Who? I was close
So
to 3-2, but
yeah, Vega, Forrest. So basically, there was never like I got to take down, and then you got to take down, and then I got to take down. It was kind of there's something about like people's ability to hold on to a lead that is I don't know, comfortable or easier than going out to get that takedown. So I noticed that. Um, Cordell, they had kind of a down tournament. Jackson, like the turning point was Jackson Joy was up, I think 7-1 or 7-2 on Aiden Valencia.
yeah.
And Aiden kind of broke him, and I think he took him down 3 times in the third period.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah, that was nuts. Obviously, I was watching that match, um, and then Jackson Joy also fell, did not place out of the 2 seed, and I think Cornell had only one All-American, Meyer Shapiro
Yeah.
at 57. I think he took eighth or seventh. I forget if he won that match.
He defaulted, I think. Kevin don't know. Kevin, did he default or his opponent default? I thought Meyer defaulted. I don't think they wrestled
So,
that 8th place match.
yeah, I believe Meyer was. So he lost to High Waters, I believe, on the front side, and then I took another loss on the backside.
Yeah,
So
Cannon Webster beat him, I think. Kevin just says
yeah,
Cornell sucked.
so they did. In Cornell, you're used to them showing up for
Yep.
NCAA. They're the kind of team that has like a champion, but comes in eighth, or maybe even two champions.
Mm-hmm.
This year, just one All American, and I wrote Cornell in question mark, and I put Columbia an exclamation point.
Yeah, coach of the year.
Yeah, coach of the year. They had a guy take third, which was the first time ever at Columbia somebody took third. Pritzloff, right? He's coach of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Ani, I think. I did not know that Alvin had been pinned twice this year in
Me
under a
neither.
minute.
I didn't know who he was until he pinned D. Lockett.
Yeah. Oh
And I,
yeah. Oh, he had one of the biggest highlights of the whole tournament. Overtime match with D. Lockett.
yeah,
D. Lockett in on a shot, and you're like, oh, he's gonna finish this for sure. He's deep, and he just does like a YOLO like elevator
yeah.
lat toss and sticks him. And D. Lockett, who was another maybe freshman champion, like at least that's how people were talking in December,
Mm-hmm.
actually ends up DNP.
Yeah. Right.
Forget who he lost on the backside, but he had a rough draw after that loss on the front side.
Yeah. It was not a good time to lose.
Yeah. I also put that the Ohio State and Iowa State struggled.
Yeah.
These were teams. Ohio State going into the tournament was looking like a top 4 team, but Buzakis and Feldman at the 25 and heavyweight both did not place, and they were people were talking about could be national champions, and
Right.
they place. ISU, most notably Rocky Elam and one other guy,
Isaac Dean.
Singleton.
Isaac Dean. Yeah.
Yeah. It was disclosed later that they were not healthy, or they were not 100% going into it. But Rocky Elam was somebody that people really wanted to see him versus Barr, and that obviously never happened. So that was kind of notable that they struggled. And Columbia, I believe Columbia outplaced Penn and Cornell. and we put Columbia on our Rumbler list a long time ago.
Right. Yeah.
They did win the Ivy duels, and it was like, wait, was that a matchup thing, or was that like just a
Hmm.
weird something not in the lineup? But they're for real.
Yeah. Right. I think that's exciting to watch. It's good for the Ivies to have three
Yeah,
strong teams. So
yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah. And I do believe that Cornell will be back.
yeah. Yeah, they'll be
They got
back.
a great class coming in, right? So, uh, uh, yeah, lots of fun in the Ivies. All right, I think we got the sounds working finally. Michigan, Michigan beat. So Michigan, 5 AAs, excellent. Lachlan, Neal, Cam Catcherbone, Bowen, Brock, Mantanona, Jay Gagliotti, all were All Americans this year. I thought that like they were always an incomplete team this year, especially down at the lower weights. Um,
Yeah,
and uh, so, I mean, this they have to be pretty excited about this outcome. I don't know. They seem to always find bookends in the portal. So as we
yeah,
say goodbye to Diego and Tay, I'm sure they're already actively pissing off Dale Sanderson and calling their backups or whatever. But actually, the truth is they usually go for grad transfers. That's
yeah.
their general, and usually from schools where you have to actually study. Diego's from Harvard, Teo's from Campbell, but anyway, congratulations, Michigan. That was exciting. As I mentioned, CMU did score half a point, so they did win one wrestle back and with two qualifiers, and Michigan State had 0 points of tournament. So hopefully, I mean CMU's into their second year, I think, with the new coach. So uh, looking forward to seeing that program grow. And Michigan State's got to figure something out. They need.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even saying they need coaches or they need athletes. It seems like now the programs that are turning things around are, it's you need an AD, you need alumni, you need funding, and you need know, lots of things to compete, at the Big Ten. So,
Yeah.
but Poeta's looking for a job. There is that.
Maybe. Maybe he made enough. Oh, never mind.
All right, now,
All right, Stanford beat.
yep,
Okay, so Provo, you talked about V-Rob. He got his get-backs on everybody except Nico Provo.
that's right.
Did beat him in the third, fourth place match. Provo was like a fashionable pick to make the finals, I think, in a lot of brackets. I think he was the 7 seed or something like that. Um, Loses on the front side and wrestles, I think, 6 straight to come back and take third. He didn't lose his first match, which is like the true road warrior. He won his first match, but then he lost and wrestled all the way back to third. So great job, Nico Provo.
Wrestled well. I mean, he was whooping
He beat
guys.
V-Rob pretty good.
Yeah,
I think he might have majored V-Rob in the third place match.
yeah.
Oh, he lost to Lachlan McNeil, who ended up uh, losing in the semis to. Oh no, Provo lost to Mark Anthony McGowan,
McGowan, yes.
who ended up making the finals.
Right,
Even though at the time that match didn't seem like it was like second versus third place.
right.
Um, that was a good match. Tyler Knox takes sixth. There were times this year, I mean, he just has that style that when he loses, he looks like he doesn't even know what he's doing.
Yeah, right.
But when he wins, it's like, oh wow, that's great. And, he put it together 2 times in a row. He's AA'd out of the 15 C2. That's notable. Consiglio was eliminated. Valencia, the surprise champion, the freshman champion. People are asking if he can be a 4-time champion, but let's just enjoy this
Right.
for now. They had 2 blood round losses. So in addition to these 4 All-Americans, Cardenas and Parco made the blood round, and Posada takes 6th. So,
Yeah, and
everybody's back. Not a senior in the whole lineup. So the things are looking great at Stanford. I shared a flight with the coach back.
Did
because
you?
we both missed our flight because
Oh,
of
you
the
missed that
TSA.
fight?
I missed that flight because the TSA line was crazy.
Oh
And
man, we got you there pretty
we ended
early.
up, yeah, no, I was there plenty of time, but and I saw like ahead of me in line was the Stanford team, and I was like, I'm gonna be on the same flight with Stanford team, and then like I missed it. But so did the coach. So we both got routed to LA and then up to San Francisco. It ended up costing me like 2 hours, but whatever.
Right, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool though. Yeah, no, excellent effort. Someone was saying, I think it was Willie was saying that like if you graduate, it's kind of hard at Stanford because sometimes you can't get into grad school. Some of the guys, even though they got a year eligibility, if they do well in school, they're graduated, and like sometimes they
You
move
need to
on.
get
It's
into grad school at
at
Stanford.
Stanford, right? That they made grad
Yeah.
transfer. Like Cardenas made grad transfer just because it's not necessarily all
Yeah.
that easy to keep going to school at Stanford.
Right.
So just warning you, Roy, don't get too excited.
Yeah. Penn had two All-Americans. Composto took seventh, and he was the 11th seed. As we mentioned, he's the Cale Sanderson of Blood Round. Um, Cross Wasilewski took seventh out of the 3 seed, and he had an interesting match with Swiderski for that seventh place. Somehow early in the match, I don't know if it was an inadvertent kick or whatever, but he was bleeding and he went back for concussion
So I
protocol and
heard
came back.
today broken
Okay.
nose, concussion protocol with a broken nose.
Okay.
What I
Yeah, he
heard.
wrestled the rest of that match with one of those like black masks on
Mm-hmm.
and still got it done and had a lot to say to him after the match.
Yeah,
The
it
ref
got a
had to
little
like,
chippy.
yeah, the ref pulled him aside and then he said something again. And I think Cross also said something to the other coach. And it was, yeah, it was a thing. But congratulations to him. He took seventh. And then the rest of how they did is on there. Penn took 21st as a team. Uh, and how many of these people are seniors? Composto's gone. I think Cross is back.
I think Swisher's
Actually, no,
gone, I think, right?
and Swisher's gone. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but they got the new room, $20 million investment. So
Plus an announcement that we should be expecting any day now.
any day now. Big news.
Big news.
Yeah, that was nuts. The end of that match, and and Swiderski's just like a crazy person, right? Him and like
Right.
Braden Davis, like iron sharpened iron in that Dundee wrestling room or whatever, and but like it was so funny how like when he was just like he was going over to shake the Penn coach's hands, and the ref was like running to get in between them, like they thought like Swiderski was like just gonna start beating up the coaches or something. It's like, no, I'm just crazy, but like,
Yeah. I think by the time you wrestled like your seventh, eighth place, they must have wrestled like 7, 8 matches or something. Like you're
yeah,
just like, I don't need any more fights.
he's definitely like the right. He's we'll call him a tough competitor. Like
Yeah.
he
Well, actually,
borderline dirty for the ski.
yeah,
Maybe
one
not
thing we
even
haven't
borderline.
mentioned about Swiderski though is he had a moment that many people are saying was like a highlight of the tournament in his overtime match with Shane Van Ness. That was
Yeah,
in the semifinal, and they evidently just got their minds together and said we're not going to tiebreakers, and they just like shot, reshot, shot, reshot,
yeah.
shot,
Pummel,
reshot.
pummel, pummel, shot, pummel,
Yeah,
shot. It was like hey, someone described it as like the end of that Justin Gaethje Max Holloway BMF like title
yeah,
fight. Like where they just said, all right, forget that ride out crap, get this done. That was
right.
fun. I mean, I'd say
Yeah, that was
that was definitely one of the exciting moments. Uh, and it seemed like everyone was locked on that match. It might have been the only one going on at the time. I can't remember, but like,
yeah.
just
Well,
like,
I think Penn State hadn't really like lost any meaningful matches yet.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Everyone was like, "This is the closest Penn State's come to losing."
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. That was
besides
fun.
the Sola, yeah.
All right. A lot here, just kind of a contest review here, like the we were not exceptional. Um, in the bracketology, but the fun is in the doing. Maybe
Right.
there's fun in the winning. Maybe I'll learn one day. But 518 out of 981. I hope everybody who participated had a good time with the brackets. It's always super hard to pick. And the other one, uh, this is the Minio contest, right?
Hmm.
And this is where you have 1,000 points. This is a big
Right.
pool. Like the winner gets over 10 grand for this. So it's interesting. Just to me, it's interesting to go back and look at the teams, like the winning teams, because so my team, real quick, Isaac Dean killed me because I had like 0 points.
Your
Thanks, man.
decisions killed you. Isaac Dean didn't do anything to you. Come on.
What? Look at this. I had Vince Robinson, Aaron Seidel, Jesse Mendez. Everybody did great. All right. To, to your point, the winner, he starts out with the exact two guys I had.
Sure.
Vince Robinson, Aaron Seidel.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not. So he had Aiden Valencia. That helped
Yeah, yeah.
out of the 10 seed. That's probably the big one because Messenbrink, that's not that. Matt Nona wrestled to seed McAnally, so he had a few champs.
Right,
But
right. That's what you got to do.
that's what
With
you
that
got
many
to do,
people in, somebody's gonna pick Valencia and McAnally. You know.
right? All right, cool. I don't
I'm surprised
know.
they didn't have Mark Anthony McGowan from Princeton. That was a good value pick too.
Yeah, the Cradle Zone watch. I don't know. We'll have to come back later, but Oklahoma officially did not have an All American, but I have seen some posts, so I don't know if they're just wrap up posts or if he's continue on. So those who don't know, Cradle Zone Twitter personality that he was retiring at the ripe age of 18 from Oklahoma coverage from Twitter if Oklahoma did not have an All American. And man, they were so close.
They
They
were so
had
close.
two of the three guys winning in the blood round, and then it didn't happen. So anyway, we will find out. All right, we got best of social. I'll go first. So my first thing here is Gable. Exciting news. Gable is now signed for RAF. Gable
Nice.
Season is coming to RAF 9. They got a pretty good heavyweight stable now. They've got Paris, they've got Wyatt, they've got Gable, they've got Trent Hilger.
Right.
So that's cool. Um, what do you got here? Oh yeah,
Well, we have first of all the public service announcement to check out the wrestling best list. I curate that list to make sure that it's only posted about wrestling.
okay. So go to
And then
Twitter, and then how do we find that list?
you go to my profile, which I believe is Roy_Nyberg, and then you go to my lists, and there will be two other lists there for my personal and professional life.
View lists. So under Roy Nyberg, click on the little three dots, like view lists, and then wrestling's best list. And then this is a manicured, curated list. No politics, straight wrestling all the time.
Yep,
If you make it to the list and then you violate any of Roy's wrestling only principles, he will remove you.
that's right. Okay, so let's go to that first one. Hayden Hidley leaves
Right?
Stanford.
I saw
So
this.
that was surprising. Stanford just had their best ever team performance at NCAA's
This
and
is
at
from the
champ.
wrestling room at Minio.
And yeah, it's a little small for me to read, but I think it says more coaching news. Hayden Hidley steps down from Stanford coaching staff. They just had an amazing NCAA tournament. This was surprising. Yeah, so sad news. I mean, he was a great wrestler at a middleweight, so you'd think that he probably had a lot of influence with Aiden Valencia and his run, and just
So
overall, Stanford
they've
their
announced
best
where he's. Did you hear he's going? Where he's going?
to an NC State, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
He's going home.
he's going home, and I'm assuming that this had already been discussed. You know, he wasn't like the day after NCAA's like put out
Right.
his resume. So
Oh, yeah, this is a good time to apply for a job.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
sell high, right? But you know, kudos to him. He did a great job at Stanford, and wish him the best in North Carolina.
for sure.
Wait. You should click on memories next.
Memories. Oh, all right. I will click
All
on
right.
memories next. That's fine. I can close this and
Okay.
this. Memories. You got it.
Yeah.
All right. Memories. This is from NC State Wrestling.
This is the Heidleys and Tariq Wilson back in the day, just goofing around. They're back home. Well, actually, I don't know where Tariq Wilson is, but Hayden's coming home.
Hayden's coming home. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
NC
that'll be
State,
fun.
we haven't mentioned them at all, but they had a great tournament. I mean, we mentioned Vince Robinson's son, but Isaac Trumbull
Right?
won a championship at heavyweight.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I don't want to like spend too much time on this because everybody wants to talk about this, but this was the non-handshake
Yeah.
from Messenbrink to well,
Oh,
first Messenbrink went out and tried to shake everyone's hand on the podium,
right.
and Caliendo wasn't having any of it. He just
Yep.
like looked into space, be like, "Oh man," and then just ignored him. And then Mitchell
Good.
just kept shaking hands, and so I don't know. There's a lot of differentiating or different opinions on this, depending on whether you're a Penn State fan or not. I think more than anything else. Um,
Yeah.
I like someone mentioned that it was performative on Mitchell's part, and I tended to agree that like he could have done this in the back while they were waiting. Um, he made
Right.
a moment to celebrate the All Americans about him, and
Yeah.
so I was perfectly fine with Caliendo being like, "Nah, I don't want to be part of this." So, but
Yeah.
I mean, I also
I saw
like,
somebody on X ask, "Is there such a thing as toxic good sportsmanship?"
yeah, I saw that, and
That's how I felt.
everyone in the world knew what he was talking about
Yep.
with that question. So I'll jump down here. Carter knows ball. This is from Carter Strachey. Says the Brands are very good coaches, and the more I watch and listen to them, I like Iowa more and more. And Carter was on like full heel troll mode on Twitter, like he's never
Yes,
on
he was.
Twitter for the tournament, which I thought was great. I like this Carter
Yeah.
because there's a little bit for everyone here. So if you're a Penn State fan, you think he's being satirical and ironic. If you're an Iowa fan, you're like, that's what I'm talking about. And so I don't even have to like, like try to figure out the motivation here. I just like it.
Right. But he was posting all kinds of trolly stuff, and
Yeah, I liked
yeah,
it.
thought it was fun.
hmm So thank you, Carter. Even though you didn't make the trip down from Erie, you were still a fun part of my NCAA tournament. This Carter Strachey guy is starting to grow on me a little bit. Needs to keep it up. All right. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. What do we
Yeah,
got,
we got to
Roy?
do sorry first. Okay, this is AJ Ferrari, who pretty
Guys watched
explicitly
Weekend for
accused
Me in the
Younger
Nebraska
Bastida
program
of
as a whole.
using
But for
HGH,
me, I just
and later the next day released this apology video where he said he's going to pray and get better control of himself, that he was, in the heat of the battle, said some things he shouldn't have said. And it's notable that the Ferrari brothers both took six. They both semi-slid.
Yeah.
At the stadium, they were the only people that were booed when they got their All-Americans. They didn't seem to mind. It actually brought a smile to their face.
Yeah,
Um,
right. And like Angelo was in a team race.
Yeah.
I mean, so was AJ, but they weren't catching Okie State and they weren't getting caught. But definitely, Angelo not wrestling back left a very small crack open for Ohio State.
Yeah.
Like, so they had to win. Vino, like, it sounds ridiculous, like saying it now, but Jesse had to beat Vega, and Davino had to beat Forrest, and one of them had the bonus. So in retrospect, like, if we knew then what we knew now, then they really didn't have much of a shot. But
Oh, but also at the time that they semi-slid, Karchla and Gallagher, and there were still a lot
right.
of Ohio players who could have scored more points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually haven't watched the video yet, so I'll catch it after the
Yeah.
pod. I mean, I saw
It was
that
a pretty full apology. It was a pretty full apology.
I saw that it was out there.
Yeah.
All right.
We go not sorry now.
All right, not sorry. Younger.
Younger responded to the apology.
So Younger says, respect for the apology. Let's be real. Words don't fix what happened. You really want to clear the air, step on the mat one more time with me at a RAF event. No noise, no talking, no excuses. Just wrestling. That's where respect is earned for real. I'm not here for the drama. That's awesome. Like, I love these RAF call outs.
Yep.
So Bo Nickel called out Max. Did you see that?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, Bo Nickel said, me, Max McAnally, 190, make it happen. Because that's the new belt.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see that. I am so down for Max McAnally kicking Bo Nickel's butt, but we'll see. He's not a reliable broker. So I
Yeah,
don't know
Bo,
that.
I don't know. I don't like the way he looked at me. I'm pulling out.
Yeah, right. Are you kidding me? I didn't know he was a wrestler. I'm not wrestling him. Yeah. So anyway, that would be cool. I
That
mean,
would be cool.
they've already got Gable, Hendrickson, Paris, vaunted Trent Hilger, and you add Younger and AJ to the RAF heavyweight scene. Like,
Yeah, or just as a vehicle for sometimes the way the tournament goes, you don't always see the match you wanted to see.
right.
RAF can be like that vehicle for like, okay, the match you wanted to see, we're gonna make it
Yeah,
happen,
wouldn't that be like a cool like fan vote?
Yeah.
You could be like, because they already have like Sinclair, for example. If I wanted Sinclair, you know, and Welch, and like so, RAF could do like a poll after NCAAs.
Right.
What didn't we get to see, and then have that match. So they should do that. That would be fun.
Although in this case, it should be pointed out that Younger and AJ did wrestle in the semifinals, and Younger he like beast moded him in like the first 2 minutes,
Yeah.
went up like 6-1 or something, and then I don't think he injured him, but he handled AJ pretty good.
I think he did finally get that last takedown to major him,
Or he injured him. Okay.
but yeah, no, right. Champs by state. This is a graphic put out by Spay. I want to say. Let's see here. Yeah, this is Andrew Spay. Broke down the champions by state. And you can see here we got champions from California. I think Aiden Valencia. I think someone posted that California had the most champions. But
yeah, there's 8 states.
Right. So Minnesota, McAnally, Wisconsin, Messenbrink, Michigan, Tay Galliotti, and Josh Barr are from Michigan, I believe. But Tay didn't win. Sorry, Josh Barr. PA. So Davino didn't win. So Missouri is Lilladal.
Jax Forrest from PA.
Yeah, I think he was originally North Carolina, but he did go to high school in PA, Bishop McCourt. I think he's a North Carolina guy. So I don't know
But
how
they don't have
work
no
that.
up, so
Vega's a Sunnyside kid. He's Arizona.
Yep.
So anyway, Illinois did not get their champion, though we did have a couple. We did have a couple finalists. Mikey Caliendo was a finalist, as well as Ben Davino, St. Charles. Indiana had a finalist, and Jesse Mendez from Crown Point. So. Jim says it was a boring finals. Yeah, we covered that.
Yeah. You know, I was sitting next to you. Remember, I said in the Mendez Vega match, I was like, the first minute super important because I mean, obviously in hindsight, it's going to sound, but you got to have confidence that you can get a takedown back. You know, if
Yeah,
you're trying to wrestle for that one takedown, I think Vega is always going to get you on that first one because you're just not ready for how slick he is.
right.
But if you go all out in the first minute and then give that up, but then like adjust, I
Jesse
think
went
that's
hard. He got a stalling call within like a minute, I think. He
yeah.
went
But
hard.
he went hard. I'm not criticizing the effort. I'm just criticizing like
The result.
not 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 committing to an attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting. Yeah. I'll be interested the first time he gets taken down
yeah,
because he's slick. All right. Awesome, man. Good show. Go light out here in beautiful Spokane. I can go explore the
right.
town, go for a hike. I don't have anything else. You got anything else, Roy? So we're
It
gonna
was a
do
great
Rumblers and
and
Tumblers Sunday. Should we break that down? Like, we got RAF
maybe
Saturday. We'll figure it out.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks, everyone. Like and subscribe. Don't forget about RAF this weekend. And we got some freestyle action international coming up too. So should be a fun off season. Oh, and the portal opens. Yay. Everybody's favorite subject. So
nah, this is like a no portal zone.
ooh, that's gonna be kinda hard.
Not that hard.
All right, Roy. You don't have
All
anything
right,
else? Go ahead and take us out.
okay. Don't forget, toe the line in everything you do.
QuadR out.